Good evening, the model community. Happy Thursday. We are almost there. It's almost Friday. For some of us, we're going to do the 48-hour group build. And I think I'm going to be in it no matter what. My stuff didn't come in like I was expecting, so I think I'm going to shift gears. And I found another kit that I can do. I have the color here that I want to paint it. So I think I'm in business. So I'm going to participate in the 48-hour group build. That ought to be interesting. See if we'll even get it done in time. This is probably the only free weekend I've got. So this kind of fell perfect so I can do this group build. But I kind of was a little bummed out the last couple days because my order has not arrived. I've sent an email out. They've sent the tracking number out. Sounds like it's a FedEx issue. I don't know. So we'll see. I did place an order with another supplier to get some other paint as well. But unfortunately, that's not going to be here till Monday. So anyhow, I have been working on another slot car that I finished the chassis. So I ordered some wheels and tires here a couple weeks ago, got them on the chassis, and I had to get this thing bodied up. It was starting to really drive me nuts because I had the idea in my head. So what I've done is I started putting a 2009 Dodge Challenger on this slot car chassis. So we are mocking up the body right now. We've got it pinned. I've got it lowered. We started putting a front splitter on it to get that thing low to the ground, get the air to go over the body. I kind of have an idea what I'm going to do for a paint scheme on this car. This car should be pretty cool. I don't know what motor I'm going to run in this car yet. I'm just going to make it like a bracket car or what I'm going to do here. So, and I'm still debating on putting a spoiler on it. I think I got to put a spoiler on it. Just because, give it that whole super stock / pro stock door slammer look. I don't know that I want to put a hood scoop on it. I think if anything I might put some turbo tubes out the front fender here and make it look like it's a turbocharged car. Or I could do a Rob Gross theme, put the big hole here for the Pro Charger and paint it like one of Rob's cars. We'll see. Rob's cars also have polished wheels. I want to have black wheels, so I think this car is going to be a brighter color. It's not going to be black, I can guarantee you that, which I'm sure a lot of you are probably surprised about that. But one thing did get brought up on one of the comments. I've been talking with an individual off of the YouTube thing, which has been great. There's been a lot of great people that I've met since I picked up subscribers and started this thing, trading ideas back and forth. One guy asked me about the painting on some of the RC cars, what I use for prep, and it's basically the same thing that I'm gonna do with this. So one thing that I have found works for me is that I wash these bodies and all their parts before I do any body work. Some guys do all the body work, like right here. I think you can see this. You can see there's some mold lines right there on the top of that fender there. So a lot of guys will start sanding them right out of the gate, getting all the flashing, the mold lines on them. I don't do that. I like to wash them with soap and water first, like a Dawn dish soap, just to get any kind of mold release off of them. Because I felt like years past, If I sanded on them without scrubbing them first, you were kind of like sanding those mold releases into the plastic. You were like embedding that oils or whatever into the plastic. And I would get fish eyes and stuff like that that would pop through. And you kind of would see a little stain in even the primer coat. So my thing has always been, for me anyhow, everybody's got their own ways to do it, is I scrub this thing up with soap and water first with a toothbrush, and then I'll sand, deflash, do all that type of body work. Then I will wash it again, and then I will put my primer on there and then go from there. If I get any dirt in the primer, I might scuff those little areas, get the dirt out of it, then lay my paint down. Same thing with the paint. If I get a little dirt in it, a bug in it, I'll sand that. Depending on how bad it got, you know, I've had some that were horrors, then I might shoot another coat of paint on there and then do the clear coat. It's all a, you know, what is the results and what you gotta work with type thing, or what today's problem could be. But I have found by me washing it first, then doing my body work, that I have had better consistency and luck with the paint not fish eyeing or causing any issues with it not adhering to the bodies and flaking off. I've heard guys say that before, where they'd go to bare metal it, they'd go to peel the bare metal off the areas where they've cut, and the bare metal is peeling the paint and the primer off. To me, that just says that it's still got oils or mold release or something on there that is not allowing the primer and the paint to properly adhere to the plastic. So same thing with the Lexan. Lexan bodies can be very difficult, especially nowadays with the vacuum forming and the different Lexan. I have noticed that it's much smoother. And with it being smoother, it's hard to get the paint to stick. So like, here's an example. This is one of my pancars, NAS trucks. This is all airbrushed on the inside. It's got my signature carbon on there. All that Mopar stuff is all airbrushed. The only thing that stickers on this car is these headlights and the grill. This is a race truck that I run in carpet indoor racing. That is the chassis manufacturer there, TCR. Dominic Rogeri is a great guy. I'm not sponsored by Dominic, and nor am I asking for that. But if you want a good pancar, this is the guy you want to talk to. He will take care of you. He's very loyal to his customers. He will help you out with setup. You let him know what class you're going to run the car in, and he's going to try and get you on track, get you going in the right direction, and help you find speed. He's one of the country's elite guys in carpet oval stuff. So great chassis. There's a lot of good chassis out there these days. There's the look at the bottom. It's all carbon fiber. There's a lot to these simple little pancars, but if you see a guy like Dom, a lot of those guys are very busy racing. I met Dom 2012, 2013, something like that, up at the CRC New York race. Talked to him a little bit. I knew another gentleman that was racing with him, this Ryan Weeks. And I met Dom a couple times up there. Dom just recently started this chassis venture. I think there might be a couple other guys in on it with him. And they had a very successful year at some national races. So this was my first year on this car. This car did fairly well for my driving. I'm getting older. I'm not gonna lie. So I'm not nowhere near the level that Dom and all those guys are. But this car really responds to small changes, whether it's good or bad. It tells you that, yep, I liked it, nope, I didn't, and you can move forward from there. You'd be happy with it. But anyhow, back to the paint. So these things I prep a ton on the inside. Now some guys are scuffing them up. I don't like to do that because then you lose some of the glossy sheen because you are painting them on the inside. So what I do is I scrub it with window cleaner, then I scrub it with dish soap, then I will check it. I've had some that will still feel kind of streaky. You can rub like a chamois in there and you'll still get some slippery feeling. I will scrub it again with dish soap. They have used some different mold release in some of these bodies, and then it's a pain when you go to start peeling any of your masking tape from the inside or your stencil masks to do these logos and stars and numbers, that it wants to peel the paint right off the Lexan. So I then have also been using like a rubbing alcohol, and I scrub the bodies with rubbing alcohol until you get them to where they kind of got a squeaky finish. Once you can tell that they have a really good clean finish, then you're going to have a better chance of getting this paint to stick and not peel off when you go to start peeling any kind of masking lines or any of that. You'll have less bleed through. You'll have clean, crisp lines. The preparation is just crazy. I mean, prep. The better the prep, the better the paint job comes out. Same thing when you go to start masking. The better the mask is, meaning you need to lay it in all the grooves of the body, get it to lay down flat. You don't want to pull and stretch, because as soon as you do that, as you turn around and walk away from it, or you start working over here, this will raise up, and then when you paint, it's going to have a big old mark from one color that's going to bleed into the other area that the tape rose on. So taping and prepping is key to get a paint job that looks like this. And some people don't care. For me, I like my stuff to look good. These are small investments. I'm not gonna lie, these cars are not cheap. The bodies are not cheap. The paint's not cheap. I like my stuff to have a theme and to look good. So, but I know there's a lot of people out there that I feel that could do a very nice paint job on their own and feel great satisfaction doing a paint job like that. The more practice you get, the better you get. So just remember to always prep, lots of prep and taping. Take your time. If you're gonna rush and you can't do it, or you got to get to a race, or you don't really care, then still prep the body well, meaning clean the body before you shoot it one color, because then your paint will at least stay on there, especially if you get into any beats and bangs or bumps and when you're playing with these types of cars. Same thing with the slot cars. Prep it. Even if you're going to shoot it one color, you're going to have a much better looking car if you've cleaned all the oils out of there and you get the paint to lay down flat. If you do decide to put stickers on it and stuff like that, they're going to lay down flat. You're just putting your best foot forward. Spend a little effort, spend a little time, and try and do it right. And you'll be very happy with what you've created. And to me, that's one of the cool things about these hobbies, is that you're taking ideas from your mind or your visions that you may have seen from something that gave you an idea, and you're making it a reality. So put some good effort towards it and you'll be very happy. And if you're like me, you're gonna say, hey, I got another idea and I'm gonna build another one. So just a little tip. Make sure you clean everything very well when it comes to the models. That's what I do, and It's been very successful for me for cleaning up these bodies before I do the body work, and then clean them again, and then lay down my primer and see if I got any issues. If I got issues in the primer, I do not lay paint. I've had a couple guys ask me that at the slot car track before. They said, oh yeah, I should have known the primer was doing something funny, and I probably shouldn't have put the paint down. No, if the primer is already reacting badly, the paint's not going to help it. So at that point, you're better off to address that and then lay the paint down. Redo the primer, put it in the purple pond, whatever. If you're a brake fluid guy, put it in the brake fluid, take the primer off, scrub it, maybe sand it, and then try and reapply the primer. Get the primer to lay down nice and flat, and you'll have great success. So I'm going to end this video. Thought I'd show you this little bit of a progress on this project. I did figure out something to do for the 48-hour group build, so we will do that video tomorrow and announce what that kit's going to be. I think I can get that done. We'll see. I think it should work out pretty well. I'll paint it first. I'm just gonna spray can the thing and do a little bit of modifications, get the car done. I think it will help get me out of a little bit of a modeling slump, and from there then I can get back on the Street Machine group build. It'll be fun to just kind of slam one home kind of deal like that, and I can put it on the shelf. So we'll talk to you guys later. Hope you all having a great day, and I probably will see some of you tomorrow with some of your videos for the 48-hour group build. Talk to you later.